Yes, people, yet another video. Welcome to my channel, FNE Community. I'm your host, Andy Boy. Well, today we're going to talk about Liverpool. In our previous video, we spoke about Chelsea in terms of their transfer plans and some of the things that they have done in the transfer market. Especially two players, Henderson and Welbeck. And the Henderson deal has been completed. The Welbeck deal was completed before, but the Henderson deal has been completed. But the mega in summary, the mega deal that they did was a Rodgers deal from Aston Villa. So today we're gonna talk about Liverpool. We'll touch upon Liverpool, you know. Because this community is not just one set of players with a club. One club we're talking about. We're talking about different clubs. And today, as we say, we'll talk about Liverpool. So Liverpool transfer has not they haven't done the madness that they did last season. Because who follow Liverpool, I know Liverpool. Liverpool spent over almost 500 million. Last season, where they brought in Isak, they brought in Wirtz, they brought in Kirkes, they brought in Ping-Pong. So they brought in a few talented players. It hasn't worked out for them yet. They had an underwhelming season. Underwhelming season. What's the word? One of them were there, you know. But they didn't have a good season. They didn't have a good season, right? And compare, because remember they won the league the season before. They won the league the season before, you know, basically at a canter, because Arsenal was not at their best, Man City was not at their best, and with Arne Slot, they did the unthinkable in winning the league. Nobody was expecting them to win the league the season before. So they made big investments, brought in good quality top players, and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out. No, they weren't consistent. They were good, but not very good. You understand? They were consistent. They up and down. They started out very well, 5 games unbeaten in the league, and then they faltered away. As the season, in the middle part of the season, and maybe they regain a little bit more momentum after in the ending part, coming up to the business end of the season, where they finish in the Champions League position. So based upon what they did the season before, last season was a very disappointing and pointed for them because of some of the results that they had. So this season now, I realized, looking at the transfer market, they haven't done much business. They brought in a player, I think Victor Nunes. Let me make sure I got his name correctly. Victor Nunes from Osasuna. Don't see any transfer, the amount of money they spent for him. But they brought in this, I think he's a winger. I don't know if it's in the mold of Mo Salah, but he's a winger. I don't know much about him, but I know that he's a winger from Osasuna. And I thought I know for sure Newcastle was in for this player, and Liverpool came in and got him, because the first time I read about him, it was Newcastle was in for him, but Liverpool came in. As we tell you, sometimes a big club, you know. So yeah, if you understand, it's just the level of the food chain when it comes to football. When players will go to good clubs, but when they say a bigger club comes in, they will choose the bigger club most times than not, because they are more in the limelight. They get to play Champions League, they get to play most of the bigger competitions. And you're in the spotlight as well, and they want that on their CV to tell people and to make other persons know that yes, I play for a big club, and that goes well for them, especially if they do well. A bigger club may come in, or it is easier to get a better move. So, and the finances in terms of the bigger clubs, it is much better because this bigger club can pay better wages. So you have to understand that is how the dynamics of football works. And because of the fact that a football career is short, one bad injury and your career is over. So it is essential that most persons, most players will go up with a bigger club and get a bigger salary. I remember one player, Saviola. Saviola was at Barcelona, left Barcelona, and he went to Real Madrid, and he sat on the bench for about 3 seasons. Most of the he was on the bench most of the time. And I know that it was because of because Real Madrid is a glamorous club and because of the salary. So he sat on the bench. He did not fulfill his potential. But because of the salary and because of this club, the size of the club, he stayed. So Liverpool has gotten in this player, Victor Muniz from Osasuna. They have a player named Jeremy Jacquet. I think he's a defender. And Samuel Martinez. This is a transfer from Atlético Nacional, one of them South American clubs. I don't quite if it's a Colombian club, but one of them South American club. They're Colombia or Ecuadorian club, I think. One of those clubs from South America. So they got in these 3 players for sure, because me like talk about these transfers that has gone through, you know, and tell you what is happening in terms of what has gone through. So this transfer has gone through. I think Jacquet was signed from last season, but he had an injury, or he had an injury. But these are the confirmed transfers. So Liverpool has not done much business. As you can see, 3 players in. They lost Mo Salah. Remember, they lost Mo Salah, you know. Their talisman, you know. They lost Andy Roberts. That's a lot of experience at the left back position. They Kanete left and are free to Real Madrid. You know. So Salah has not found a club yet. He hasn't signed for a club yet. He has offers on the table, but he has not signed for anybody yet. Robinson left for Tottenham. They could side down the road. I don't know why him signed for Tottenham. I think him could do better. But we see what going on in terms of him going to Tottenham. But being Tottenham left side in terms of a wing back position is very weak. You have a young man there. Not him athletic, but him have much experience. And you can see on tackle and based on positioning that he have a lot to learn. So Robinson will be a good asset for Tottenham. As I say, I don't know why he chose Tottenham, because me wouldn't go Tottenham. Anyways, Kanete, yes, Real Madrid I said before. Who else? Yeah. Them lose a lot. I say those players, experienced players, has gone. And they haven't made any major signings. I saw some highlights of them in a pre-season game against Leeds, and they lost. They had the game 2-0 and lost 4-2. And that's what they did last season as well. They started well last season, most of the games that I watched. And they lost the games either 3-2, draw, come back 2-2, or them lost it 4-2 and that sort of thing. That's what they were up and down last season all over the place. So looking at this it's just pre-season, but it's the same from last season. And most times, most of these clubs, what them carry from pre-season, then carry it into the league. So Liverpool fans have to be. I would be worried. If I was a Liverpool fan right now, I would be worried. But as I said, I don't know that. I remember again, Liverpool has fired their manager in the summer, you know, and in a June, July, I think they fired Slot. So they have a complete new manager, Areola. Yes, Areola was at what's the team? Brentford, not Brentford. which team Ariola was at. Oh, it soon come to me. The brain run. Me know it's Clive Roach used to play for that team. He's playing for that team. Clive Roach, this young man was everybody hot on the market. Sanesi used to play for them. What's the team that Ariola used to play for? What Ariola came from? The Premier League team. What Premier League team Ariola came from? Let me check and see, quick and fast, and see where Ariola. Sometimes your brain go all over the place. Maybe you the good idea say, yo, at this club or that club. But me say Ariola. Ben Farmer. Oh, Liverpool manager. Yeah, so I just checked my team to see which club he come from. Just stay with me. You know, but as I said, based on the transfer, it really looks so good for to me, it don't look good for Liverpool so far. Maybe maybe replacing manager. What's the manager? Who's the manager? New manager of Liverpool, Ariola from Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth. Ariola was at Bournemouth, the former Bournemouth coach, and you know that Bournemouth qualified for the Champions League. I think they're in the Champions League, you know, if my mind serves me correctly. I think they are in the Champions League. Yeah. So Ariola is coming up from Brentford. You know, Liverpool compared to Brentford are like 10 to 15,000 persons all in an stand. So he might come at Liverpool were 60 strong and more in a stand. So you know, so it's a bigger team, it's a bigger club. And he's a top coach. I like him. I really like him. He did excellent at Bournemouth. And he's going to make a difference at Liverpool. I think Liverpool play a different type of football compared to Arnested play. Arnested play more conservative football last season. You know, not the heavy metal everybody used to like Klopp used to play. So, Liverpool fans, leave it in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about your club this season. When you feel on the best position, when you think you can challenge the mighty Arsenal for the challenge for the title this season, or you think you want more? You want more firepower, or you want more players, you want more depth in squad. So in the comments, leave it in the comment section below. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Any other you figure more you'd like. And people, when you see this video, watch out the video, please. I'm gonna ask you, if you watch out the video, if you help the analytical part of the whole thing in terms of YouTube, and if you are not a lover of the game, like I'm a lover of the beautiful game, love the beautiful game. If you are not a lover of the beautiful game, if you come pop up on this video, just tell somebody who love football or like football, you can share it with them. Because you don't have to watch the video, you can share it to persons who love football and love to talk about football. And can knock me in the comment section below, and me knock your back away. You know all the reasoning, and you don't know football. You love to talk about football. I just mean that. So yeah. So like and share and subscribe to the channel. And enough love. Peace, love, and respect. See you in the next one. Hi.